Okay, so it's more on to our next speaker. Okay, so I would like to ask our honorable guest speaker to to Dr. Chiang Songwat, okay, from National Institute of Education, or we can say NIE. Okay, and his topic today we are present about transformational of leadership in Cambodia education. Okay, Doctor, did you hear me? Please say hello to our participant and start your presentation now. Thank you.
Thank you. I am Sangpat from National Institute of Education, and I present the topic on the transformational leadership in Cambodian education. The idea from my background that I totally mentioned about the transformational leadership, it will be linked to the theme of the international conference on the mentoring that we talk about the democratic in education, or we talk about the decentralization in education, that another guest speaker have mentioned already about the school-based management. So since we talk about the mentoring, the key characteristic of mentoring, it's such kind of providing the counseling or something with regard to the quality of education as well. So that's why the idea of transformational leadership will meet the need of mentoring as what I expected. Thank you. And to what I have the concern that I mentioned about the key issue in the topic about the transformational leadership, it with regard to the where I wrote my dissertation in the doctoral degree from the Mahidol University in Thailand. So that's why I try to mention about the key challenges for the 21st century education system that equipped with the new skill, knowledge, and value needed as the context of Cambodia talking about the STEM education as well. So that's why linking from the key issue, schools are continuing to challenge in the various from the preparing student for the 21st century and also about the student mobility in the ASEAN communication and ASEAN community and school achievement with focus on the student learning outcome as well. And by the way, since another guest speaker talking about the quality assurance that we link to the PISA or something, so quality of teaching and learning as needed. From the issue and challenge, the situation of Cambodia context right now, I found out that everyone here and all the teacher and all the educator know that educational reform in Cambodia and rectangular policy of the government focusing on the main key issue that we have mentioned about the decentralization in Cambodia. So the main idea of decentralization, you have known already that we have mentioned about the school-based management as well. By the way, education system need the local community where we talk about the bring of educational policy into the actual situation, actual context of the school and the quality for the ASEAN as the regional and apply to the worldwide of the quality assurance in the world as well. School fulfill multi-dimensional function for daily practice and affect to internal and external environmental factor to the student, staff, and also teacher. So turn back to Cambodian school principal undertaking additional new role and responsibility since we have done currently. Here, talking about the concept of transformational leadership, I have various documentary study that focusing on the Cambodia education system, concept and the theory of leadership. Concept and the theory of leadership, it refers to the other leadership method, other leadership theory that meet with the transformational leadership. And then we talk about the model leadership development that may bring another new context or new window to the Cambodian education as well. With regard to the leadership, whenever we talk about the leader and the follower, human resource development are very interesting. Here, I try to mention about the transformational leadership defined that the theory emphasize the identification on the leadership behavior that evaluate the motivation of the follower and the perform beyond what is normally expected to them based theory 1985. And another theory that Byrne mentioned about the transformational leadership, he mentioned about the initiative by the leader based on the mutual reciprocal relationship, evaluate both leader and follower, and so on. This is the way that he used about the intrinsic motivation. Base 1918 and Rigo 2006, he defined about the 5 levels of the transformational leadership. That the first one about the idealized influence, serve as a role model. Second one about the inspirational motivation that provide the meaning and the challenge to the follower, vision and the goal as well. And the third one about the intellectual stimulation that talking about the solid and incorrect idea, challenge, assumption. The fourth one, he talked about the individualized consideration that coach mentoring for follower, personal growth and development. And the last one about the idealized attribute that talk about the trust and faith, respect, and so on. For the leader in the 21st century is transformative, that we talk about the key variable change, transform people, affective domain, follower development, and visionary. This is some key term that Nordhaus 2010 he have mentioned. Idealized influence, I try to focus for the Cambodian context that I pick up another key variable that we talk about the ideal role model that the educator or school principal have to be implemented or have to be performed in their school context. Second one about the high moral and ethical standard. The third one about the encourage the follower. And the last one about the show respect. Second one about the attribute in the inspirational motivation, about the ability of the leader to inspire and motivate the follower, provide follower with the challenge and meaning for the engaging in sharing goal, and be held in the passionate and energetic way. The third one about the intellectual stimulation, innovative and creative, where they meet about the theme on the mentor, challenges follower to come up with a new idea, re-examine their assumption about their work, help follower to see the big picture and how they connect to the leader, organization, each other, and the goal as well. The fourth one about the individualized consideration. Being as a leader, being as a school principal, they need to know about the coaching, mentoring, and growth opportunity, self-actualization, self-fulfillment, and self as well. The last one about the idealized attribute, sense of the purpose and trust, build the sense of the purpose and trust, understanding personal feeling and need, share vision with the given organization, consider difference between follower and ability, way of learning and approach to work. In order to apply transformational leadership in the public school, school principal must understand the process that change to the perform, transform the individual. A principal who exhibit transformational leadership is a more effective leader with a better work outcome. In Cambodia, I try to bring the key concept of the transformational leadership into the Cambodian education context. That currently we talk about the education reform in Cambodia or change in education as the global concept. So more seek to rebuild the character of principle since the more have stayed in the second objective of the educational policy as they mentioned. The fourth one, to raise up the global competitive record. Based on the report in 2018, Cambodia ranked 110 over the 189 countries. And the last key point that I try to talk about the school principal in Cambodia, I try to talk about the transformational leadership and the human resource development in Cambodia that the most of the government and the MOIS have done so far on that. So the new role, the new responsibility principle with the transformational leadership model should be focused on 4 key points that I try to talk about the key variable of the threat and value, principal of agent of change, principal as the manager, and principal provide inclusive education. Threat and value is try to mention about the behavior of the school principal that he have to perform well with their subordinate, with their follower in the school. And principal need to have their long vision as the agent of change that talk about the need of the student, the need of the teacher, and the need of the staff. That movement of the change have resistance in education, or the movement of the change have applied in the education system already. By the way, to answer on the operational work, daily work as their daily operation, the principal must apply their role as a manager. And the last one, providing inclusive education, that they need to work with another stakeholder, and they need to work with another agent. By the way, all these four key points that I talk about the new responsibility of the principal with transformational leadership model in Cambodia context. And thank you. I try to complete on the presentation and open end for the question right now. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Doctor. Deeply thanks for your presentation. Okay, so now it's time for Q&A section. Actually, we have some question here, but I just want to read the question for you from our participant. So the question from Mr. Chiang Chana, he mentioned that, thank you so much for your presentation, Dr. Ching Songwat. Do you think transformational of leadership have been applied effectively to all levels of educational management in Cambodia? Did you get it, Doctor?
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
There are two. I mean that there are two images from the question. The first image I talk about the pure or the authentic characteristic of the transformational leadership. It is mean that when we talk about the leadership, we may not talk about the where we try to find the follower. It is mean that our staff can be a leader, can be a follower. So the key term of transformational leadership, it is start from the individual of key characteristic, individual of key person, that they are willing to apply the transformational leadership or not. This is the first one. The second one, answer to the question asking about that it happened to all the level or not. It depends on the context. So when we talk about the context, it means that whether the context, whether the structure have applied so far or not. So this is the way that we talk about the assessment or something like a performance appraisal of the school leader or something. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Doctor. And I hope that Mr. Chingchana will get the concept of your explanation. Okay, so our participant, if you have any question to ask our honorable speaker, you can ask and drop in the chat box now. I will I will read for you to our speaker.